Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Espring training section. For some of you who first time joining us, I want to welcome you. My name is Min Tian, and together with me, we have Hari Rama and Terence, who will be speaking today. Some of you who are not, some of you who are already ABO in the business, I want to reassure you, this will be the best 1 hour that you're going to spend because you're going to learn so much of tips. Let's say you just apply one tips that can help you to sell one Espring. I think that would be fantastic already. And most important, in Malaysia, there are 9 contract trainers to actually represent Amway to go around Malaysia to speak and to train the ABO on how to select a good water filter and also how to effectively refill the water filter. So tonight here we have 2 contract trainer to actually going to share with you. And you know, to get a contract trainer to go and speak, Amway actually pay us 500 ringgit per hour to speak. So you are so lucky because you don't have to pay anything. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready to take down what is necessary and to apply what is learned here tonight. All right. So the first speaker tonight going to talk to us about the comparison of water filter in the market. How he going to help us to walk through and how we want to help our customer to select the best water filter, which is Espring. He's none other than Hari Rama, who is an optician by profession, and then he started the Amway business just as a part-time student, and because of the knowledge and skill that he learned, he actually retailed more than 100 over units of Espring in his Amway journey. So without further ado, I will pass over to Hari Rama, Founders Platinum.
Hi everyone. Welcome to our Espring workshop. Thanks, Mintian. Thank you for this opportunity. Thanks to for this teaming up to learn from each other. I think Mintian is fantastic, and I've been always I always call him my Sifu when he comes to optician. Now I'm a full-time ABO, and how I could sell the Espring more than the knowledge and the facts that I have. The first reason I could sell is because I myself am a user. So I'm totally in love with the Espring, and the more I know about it, the more I get excited, and that's how I got involved in the what do you call Espring business for that matter. Now, let me just so that I can run you through most you know about it. I'm going to touch a bit about how to choose some technologies. It may you'll have a lot of facts that you will need to talk when you're talking to your prospects or customers in the future. Okay. Now, so first of all, let's look at this. Okay, 1 second. It's logging in. Okay. Okay. If everybody has is anything wrong with the sound, just let me know. Yeah.
Hari, are you still there, Hari?
Yes. Better now? Is it better now?
Yeah, I think so. Just now it's a bit lagging.
Okay, a bit lagging. Now okay, yeah? Also lagging, eh? Oh, lama. Trial run earlier was okay, now lagging. 1 second. Okay, shall I leave and then come back in again, Mintian?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, it should be okay. Okay, anyway, now just to run through this, because as I said, we won't have the time to go through the entire process of how water is being treated, where's the contamination coming from and all that. But 2 basic things that I want to share here is number 1, last time we call it dirty water because we only had sediments, rust, mud, bacteria and virus. It used to look dirty. But now the saddest thing or the scariest thing is the water actually looks clear, clean and clear, but it has pharmaceutical waste, pesticides, chemicals, sewage leak, bacteria and viruses. That's why we call it sick water. No more dirty water, it's sick water. Right now, there are 3 types of water pollution you have to look at. One is the physical water, physical waste, and then second is the chemical pollution, and third is the biological pollution. Now, when you talk about physical pollution, you're talking about sediment, solid waste, rust, and mud, which the external water filter can already do Okay. Now, the second part is the chemical pollution, which is like agriculture waste, toxic inorganic materials. You're talking about pharmaceutical waste and sewage leak and all these things, right? It can be filtered by most of the what you call filtration methods. You talk about membrane, you talk about carbon. It can filter all this pollution. But now coming to the third part, which is the biological waste. The biological pollution is the worst, and I think areas among all, because you're dealing with bacteria and viruses, meaning it can affect your health in a very, very severe manner. So you're talking about bacteria and viruses. So now you have to find ways to remove all further, right? Now, when you talk about water treatment system, now I just want to be very clear. Espring is not a water filter. Espring is a water treatment system. Why? Because when you want to be categorized as a water treatment system, it must do two things. One is the filtration, another one is the disinfection. Okay, don't worry so much about this graph if you find it very confusing. Now, what you want to do, if you really want to learn a lot about water treatment methods, all the filtration and disinfection, these are the scientifically proven methods when it comes to filtration and disinfection. So you have to make sure that you can go and find out more about this thing. Now, so if you want to go in detail, find out what does distillation do, the pros and the cons of it. RO, the pros and the cons of it. Carbon, the pros and the cons. Same thing with disinfection. But now, let me tell you one thing. If your filter or you're looking at a water treatment system, if your water treatment system only does the first part, the filtration, that means it has only done 50% of the job. That means if it's not going to do disinfection, your biological pollution will not be removed. That means your bacteria and viruses will remain in the water. And later I'll tell you more where there are some, there are many type of water treatment systems out there which are selling convenience, but it is actually doesn't remove, but also adds more into it. Okay, I'll tell you as we go on. Now also just to touch a bit on some of the treatment systems which are not certified or scientifically proven. Number one, the roadside machine. You know, you put 50 cents, you get one big bottle. Everybody just goes and puts in and takes back. This was an article by Kementerian Kesihatan where it says there 15 sampel air dari mesin jual air telah diambil dan mendapati 4 sampel melanggar peraturan because it has coliform and also E. coli. So can you imagine, you know, it contains E. coli. Why? Because they install a machine and that's it. No, the people come there, take the money and go back home. And that's about it, you know. So are you really going to rely on a filter like this to take water and you're going to drink, right? Later we'll let you think more about it. Now, then the other UHA, you know, big UHA is this alkaline water. To me, alkaline water is very, very funny because the theory that it says is now you drink alkaline water, your body is acidic, you need to neutralize it, you drink alkaline water. I think most of you here are from the medical background. You yourself know that this is a ridiculous statement. Why? Because the body is designed in a way that it's a self-regulatory system. The body can regulate itself. Let it be pH, let it be temperature, it can regulate itself. Now, when you are drinking this alkaline-based water, your stomach is acidic. Now your body says, I need more acid. So by drinking alkaline water, your body actually comes out with more acid instead of more alkali, right? Or making it more neutral. So it doesn't serve the purposes, more problem. But these are some of the warning given by the product itself. They said first, water with baby formula or baby foods. And other warnings are strong water during the production of strong acidic water. When drinking, pH has to be 9.5 or lower. It is not recommended to drink more than pH over 10. And then there's another one that says, appliances is not intended for use by person with reduced physical, sensory or mental capabilities or lack of experience and knowledge. People who's receiving medical treatment from doctor, people with health problems, people with kidney disease. And again, pH not more than 10. So now, would you buy a water treatment system which has so much of warnings? I think it just doesn't make sense, you know. But now you have all these warnings. I think it's very, very scary, right? Anyway, now, so let's talk about the scientifically proven methods. Everything okay? If there's any issue with my slides or sound, proven methods. The first one is distillation. Distillation is very straightforward. You have a boiling chamber and a collection tank, boils the water, and then everything that the boiling point is lesser than water's boiling point will escape and be collected in the collection tank. Anything the boiling point is greater than the water's boiling point will remain in the boiling chamber. So that's about it. So you're collecting the vapor, but the very first thing that escapes is the chlorine gas. Because chlorine, when you heat it up, it becomes trihalomethane, TH, which is collected in the collection tank also at the same time. So your distillation, anyway, distillation not so much to worry because not many systems out there are using this. Okay, now, then the second one is the reverse osmosis water treatment system. Okay, reverse osmosis. Actually, I have the interesting video. I want to show video to Mintian and those who are, collect it from your team and then watch the video. I think the video explains a lot about RO system, why you should avoid from RO system. Some of the points are: number one, reverse osmosis is clean water, but it removes minerals together with it. Now your water treatment, you remove the minerals, your body now is lacking in minerals. And WHO themselves, World Health Organization themselves, want people in drinking demineralized water. The government told people not to drink.
Hari, sorry, Hari, we couldn't hear you clearly. It's very lagging.
Osmosis water. A thing is selling. Okay.
Is there? Can you connect to other? Do you have other connection in your place? We can't hear you clearly. Hari, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm trying to use it.
Yeah. So while waiting for Hari, everybody just give a virtual clap to him. Okay. So we are trying very best to give you the best that we can. Are you back, Hari? Hari, are you back, Hari? We just wait for Hari to rejoin. I think he has dropped the call already. All right. So I would assume everybody have some basic knowledge in the water filter. Then I would also encourage everybody, if you want to build this water filter business seriously, I encourage you to go and understand about the competitor as well. So when you go to shopping mall, make sure you a bit get pochi a bit. You purposely go and take their brochure, ask them a lot of questions, do some comparison. Just collect a few brands will do already. The common brand in the market, Kobe, Kuku, Diamond, and a few other brands, 5 or 6. That is enough for you already. And understand your own product well, understand about the competition well, and then start to do it. Don't just be a collector of all knowledge. Just start to share, and then you will get the experience from there. Okay, so I think while waiting for Hari, let me invite the second speaker while waiting for him to come back. So together with us, we have a newly qualified platinum, Terrence, who is an engineer by profession. He is actually just 1 year old in the Amway business, but because with this water filter, he is able to learn it very quickly, and together with his wife Tanya, they are able to promote it very, very effectively. So I was talking to Hari the other day. I told Hari I was so lousy at retailing water filter in my first year. In my first year, I sold 2 units only. And Hari was telling me he is even worse. He didn't even sell 1 unit in the first year. He started with selling honey soap. So he started to build Amway business with honey soap. But our next speaker is so good that he managed to sell in his group more than 20 units in his first year doing Amway business. And because of that, they qualified as a brand new platinum. So let us welcome Terrence to share about his experience in retailing Espring effectively. Terrence, I pass over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Ming Tian. Yep. So yeah, first of all, I just want to express my gratitude to my sponsor, my brother Henry, Dr. Priscilla, our beloved mentor Ming Tian, and Hu Yin as well. So I guess some of you from DYI know who am I, but for the new people here, so happy evening for everybody. My name is Terrence. So together I built this business together with my wife, Tanya. So as introduced by Ming Tian, so I'm an engineer in profession. Yeah, just a slight background. So me and my wife, we are always actively in sport, and also our interest and hobby is also in home tech products. Yeah. So, okay. So just to share with you all my humble journey, yeah, that we have acquired for the past few months in our Amway journey. So one of the very important beginning for us is actually seeking for information. So before you want to be good at something, first you need to have the right information. Yeah. So for us, actually, we proactively doing our own research at the beginning stage, and also we attended a lot of meetings, be it offline and online, organized by DBI and also Crado. Yeah. So after you should equip yourself with the right knowledge, but not only equipping the knowledge, but also applying it. Yeah. And lastly, the most important thing is be your own first customer. Yeah, so as you all can see, this is some of the past event. I think most of you also attended this event here. Yeah, it was organized in our DBI. This is what a wonderful event before the MCO. Yeah, where we are able to gather. Yeah, I really miss those days. Yeah, it was actually we are so honored that we get to hear from Hari, Ju Chin, Ming Tian, and Pei Han. Yeah, all the wonderful speakers we have here. Yeah, and also during the MCO, we still conducted many Espring trainings, online, and also by our wonderful Hari Rama here. I attended all these events. Yeah, so seek for information. So after you have the right information, so actually the one of the key point that I would like to highlight here is you must first be your first customer, because you can't be going and expect to sell Espring very well if you yourself are not even a user, right? Then it's not convincing at all. So for us, we actually understand the benefits and values by using the product. And as I mentioned, you have to be convinced before you can convince others. But most importantly, you must be a happy and satisfied customer before you share it to others. If you yourself are not happy, then no point you will share the products to other people, isn't it? So this is just our journey over here. So initially we were a Kangen Alkaline machine user. So why we got to use this Alkaline? Because our families are using it. So we automatically we also use it because it was recommended by our family. So no question asked. So we bought it and we use it. and it was we thought it's the best because it's very expensive. Yeah, we spent more than 10,000 to buy this unit. So after came into the Amway environment and understanding the goodness of Espring, and then slowly we did our own comparison, and then we found out that actually Espring there is so much value and goodness in it comparing the one that we are using before that. Therefore, we are willing to sacrifice, even though we have invested so much money, yeah, to more reliable and the proven model, which is the Espring. So as you can see, in our second month in the business, we have already tried using the products, and we are happy customers since then. Yeah. So after you are a customer, so how can you actually move this product around? So one of the very important key points that me and my wife Tanya is using is actually we leverage a lot of social media, because social media, the reach is really high. You can actually reach out to thousands and thousands of people, and it is a free platform. So why don't each of us here utilize it? You know, you can actually share your experience, your article, and you can actually tag the article from other people. You can actually share information, you know, from all the social media platform. Yeah, and then also other than social media platform, we are still doing some offline engaging with customers, because sometimes customers they want to see the actual demo, and then they are more convinced if you show them how does it work rather than just seeing info online. So these are the things which I think is very important if you are planning to do this business seriously in the Espring Wells. The demo kit is something is very good to show it and have it to show it to people, as well as the brochures, yeah, and also the demo set, because seeing it is believing it, yeah. So people are always emotional buyers. So the moment they see such a good demo, and then they will be convinced immediately, yeah. So and also one of the key points that we take advantage of the promotions, like as all of you know that this month we have this Espring promotion with the honey UV light sterilizer. So I think this is something that is very good. When we have a promotion, we can actually take advantage of it and to promote it as much as we can. Yeah. So these are just some of the previous installations that we have done throughout the years. Yeah, we even did more than just installing. So me and my team with Ming Tian together, we even did the electrical work and wiring, you know, to make the customer happy. So this is some of the extra services that we go above and beyond to actually to provide to our customer. So I think it's also very good that you document your journey, and so that next time it is a journey that memories that you can share with your prospect as well as your team as well. Yeah. So yeah, this is just some of the pictures that we had just to share with you all. Yeah. So lastly, we have to be a problem solver. Yeah, I think it's always very important that we are not there to just to sell the products. We have to be a problem solver, because your values are determined by how much problems that you are able to solve. So of course, if we can solve the problem, the sales will come automatically. Yeah, so that's all for my sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terence. I think everyone have learned a few tips from Terence. Hari, is Hari back? Just a second, I can't see Hari. Okay. Okay, let's get Hari back to continue his sharing. Hari, back to you.
Hi. Is it better now?
I think okay.
Okay. So sorry again, everyone. Let me just quickly load these things. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, first of all, thank you, Terence. Thank you for quickly standing in. And okay, now coming back to this RO water, right? So as I said, I've sent the video. Make sure to watch the video. You will understand a lot about the about RO water. In fact, share it with your customers and your friends that you're talking about water treatment system, because I believe a lot of people don't know the dangers of RO water system. And most of them, how we buy products is like this. We buy hot and cold. We are sold based on convenience. If we can get hot and cold, we can pay monthly installment kind of thing, the contract thingy. So people just go in for it, but actually the real deal behind it is RO water removes minerals. When you're removing the minerals, right, you'll have a lot of other health problems that comes in long term, but not just the health issues. But let's look at the water wastage. Now these are several filtration capacities by different brands of water treatment system, RO water treatment system, that gives you hot and cold water treatment system, right? Now, one of the brand says it can give you 6.3 liters per hour. Another one says 3.2 liters per hour. Another one that's only 30 liters per hour. I mean, gives you 30 liters per hour. And then another one at 8 liters per hour. So among all these four, the 30 liters per hour is probably the largest number, right? So let's take that as our sample to compare, right? Now, what happens is in every 1 minute when you turn on the tap water, you can collect up to 2 liters of water, which means in 1 hour, you're supposed to collect 120 liters, where at 120 liters, you're only given 30 liters, which means 90 liters of water is being wasted. Everybody who's using a RO water system, they know and they're aware that there's a small tubing taking out a lot, they call it dirty water. It's a lot of water goes out, but they don't know exactly how much. You're talking about every hour, you're losing at least 90 liters. If it gives you filtration capacity of 30 liters. So if you're using a hot and cold system at home, you might want to check how many liters it's actually giving you. So you'll be surprised that your water bill goes up, and also like your electricity bill actually goes up, right? So, and then the other worrying thing is this, the tank. Most of the time you cannot open the tank and wash yourself. When you're talking about hot and cold system, right, you have to wait for them to come and clean it up for you. The earliest they come is 2 months. The earliest I've heard any other brand for that matter is 2 months once they come and do the servicing. And when they come and do the servicing, right, when they open up, if they clean it up, okay. If they don't, it's even worse. But I'm telling you, you take a bottle of water, you probably leave it there for maybe 1 day or 2 days. After that, you just want to wash it off, because within 2 days time itself, you know that it's already slippery. Now imagine 2 months, the same water is there. Can you actually know what's the quality of water? Now, as I was telling earlier, the water already does not do disinfection because there is no UV light. Now you're introducing bacteria and virus. Why? Where there is moisture, there's bacteria and virus growth. That means when there's a tank like this, there is bacteria and virus growing, right? And so now what is the best bet is to go on carbon-based filtration. Now, why carbon? Carbon and carbon is like magnet, will stick to each other. But now anyway, since we have very less time, I'm not going to go through this one slide by slide. Let me just show you how the Espring works, right? Now, when you talk about RO water, Espring, this is how it is like. This is just a sample. Now, what you have inside, this is the cartridge. When you buy a brand new water treatment system, you get a cartridge, you have a pre-filter, okay? The pre-filter now removes all the basic sediments, and then you have a carbon filter. This carbon that we are using is press-activated carbon. This is super important. Why? Now, when you talk about granular carbon, right? Granular carbon is like a weak magnet. When you have a carbon carbon filter, what it does is carbon and carbon will stick to each other like magnet. But now if you're using a granular carbon, it's like a weak magnet. It sticks and then let's go back into the water. And the other thing, of course, you have the channeling problem. You have sand, water passes through, same thing. Granular carbon, the contaminants can actually pass through and be introduced back into your water. But when you're talking about press-activated carbon, the amount of carbon that they are really using here can fill up to 63 football fields, right? Which means now if you start to pour your carbon, you powder it up, you start pouring from Sungai Bersih, you can pour all the way up to Seremban exit. That's the amount of carbon they use, 63 kilometer long road, right? Now, then the other thing is, now you have the UV light. Without the UV light, you cannot do disinfection. You see, every other company has make way with UV light because cut cost, save cost for them. So they just want to cut costs. They want to, but the price of the product is still the same. There was another popular brand who was actually using UV light. Recently, when I checked their website, I was surprised they removed the UV light. But you know what? The product price did not go down. It's still the same. So they don't want to put in just because it costs. And nobody asked them for UV light because people don't know. Now, what I'm saying is, make sure when you buy a water treatment system, it has to do disinfection. Therefore, it must have a UV light. Without a UV light, you're just wasting money. Okay, you're only doing 50% of the job, right? On top of that, now we have the brain, which is the electronic monitoring system. Oh, by the way, this is just a sample. Don't think you buy Espring only this small. It's just a sample. Now, this brain is very powerful. Now, why? When you have an Espring, right, you'll have an indicator on top that shows you when you need to change the cartridge. If anything is wrong, we'll also let you know. So when you know something is wrong, you can actually immediately quickly change it or send it for servicing. Now, this is very important. Would you buy a handphone that doesn't show you the indication when your battery is dying? You wouldn't, right? But in Espring, this is what we have. And now, also let me give you one more logical point, right? A lot of people, Espring has been in the market for over 30 years, very, very long. Now, logically, let me ask you, why wouldn't a company like this, who's backed up with very powerful science and all that, why wouldn't they want to introduce what you call a hot and cold water treatment system? If it was really that good, they would introduce. But why they are not introducing is very simple. Because if they introduce the water treatment system which has hot and cold water, they have to have a tank that is storing the water. And therefore, you will have bacteria and virus growing in long term. That's exactly why Amway till today do not want to do a hot and cold system. Instead, we started partnering up with Morphy Richards, where you have the dispenser. But also an advice, when you're using the dispenser, make sure to change the water in the tank on a daily basis. That means you take Espring in the morning, at night you throw it away and put a new water. Okay, now this is the picture of expired cartridge. You may be thinking, hey, I already have a hot and cold system at home. Why should I change to Espring? The thing is priority. Would you may think, hey, I'm still paying, it's still under contract, I still have to pay a few for a few more years. But now, would you jeopardize, just because you want to save a few ringgit, right? Would you jeopardize your family's health? Because when you have drinking water without minerals, this water becomes hungry water, which now scrapes minerals from your bones. Now this one goes to your kidney, starts to process, and all this calcification happens and starts to form kidney stones in long term. So anyway, the video that I sent, watch it again. But these are some of the expired cartridge where we changed. And this article sums everything that I was saying. Now, just talking about this, alkaline water, it says, illegal nature of their claims pertaining medical benefits. Started off with this book called pH Miracle. He was the author of the pH Miracle, right? Mr. Robert Young. He was recently indicted by the courts of US of America to pay for the damages made unto his followers, USD 105 million ringgit. And RO water, World Health Organization reported that long-term consumption of mineral-free water or RO water may lead to mineral deficiency and health problems such as heart attack, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. Now, again, because you want to save 70 ringgit per month, would you want to give your family a water that can give them heart attack in long term, or hypertension or type 2 diabetes for that matter, right? So anyway, then this is a clear-cut comparison as to, in terms of pricing, as compared to different water treatment systems. The most important thing that I would want to look at is the NSF certification. You see, if it doesn't have the NSF certification, you're looking at a very risky product, which means you're just totally blindly believing based on what a company has to say rather than a third party that verifies it. Now, also look at the technology and the design, right? All of it, except for Espring, or none of it have UV light, which means bacteria and virus cannot be killed, right? Here, you're talking about UV light. Last point of exit is from the UV light and then back to your drinking water, right? And as I was saying, go to NSF website. Any water treatment system you're looking at or you're already using, go to NSF website and look at this. Look for the NSF certification. I'll skip all these things. Now, if you go into the website, you'll see the reduction claims. This is a particular brand that has NSF certification. It removes turbidity and VOC. Another one reduces VOCs. And then there's another one, reduce cadmium, fluoride, nitrate, nitrate, TDS, trivalent, and chromium. Wow, very good, huh? Now let's look at Espring. It removes all these things and all this. We are talking about 140 over contaminants as what is written in the, what you call in our Espring booklet, including bacteria and viruses. The UV light can disinfect 99.99% bacteria and viruses, right? So now again, what we are talking about Espring here is very simple. Espring improves taste, smell, and clarity, reduce over 140 potential health effect contaminant such as pharmaceuticals, pesticide, herbicide, heavy metals, destroys more than 99.99% of waterborne bacteria and virus, and retains beneficial minerals. But I'm also very excited about this. Espring does not dispense ice, neither does it provide hot water, but it gives you true water. Do not compromise on the cleanliness of your water for the sake of convenience, right? And installation, I'll skip this now. Lastly, just telling you, make sure you make a right decision. Make sure, because you're not talking about just using a proper water treatment system, you're talking about water treatment system which helps your entire family members. That means if you are not using a proper system, you are jeopardizing your entire family members' kidneys. Because if not, it's going to burden the kidney. To me, I would rather go for something which really does the job than thinking about something that gives me the convenience. I would rather get a hot water dispenser with more features, or just buy a kettle for that matter. Wash it, rinse it, hot water, pour, coffee, drink, and then rinse again. I think it's much easier and saves you a lot of problem, right? Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you so much. I hope I managed to answer everything. Thank you, Min Tian. Over to Min Tian. Yeah, Min Tian. Okay, sorry.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I'll introduce the next. Supposed to introduce the next speaker. Sorry, I got Anchong. Next speaker, she is a believer of the Espring water treatment system. She's also she's working as an executive with Tune Insurance. The husband runs his own company. How much they believe in the filter is because now they don't just use one Espring, but they use two Espring. I'll let her tell you where and why they're using two Espring. Over to you, Kogi. Silver producer.
Hi everyone. Okay, thanks Min Tian and also Hari giving me this opportunity. And I'm Kogi. My business partner, life partner is Jay. Okay, so over here, I would like to share why I really love Espring. Okay, first I was an X-brand user. Okay, I was using X-brand because it was convenient for me because it's giving me both hot and cold water. It's not only hot and cold, it's also giving me warm water. So it's very convenient at that point of time. So while using it, I have attended a health talk, and then in the health talk that I got to know that drinking water is not sufficient, but drinking quality water is more important for a human body. So that triggers my mind. Is it because of that, because of the quality of water that we are consuming with the X-brand causes my kids' health, because they were keep falling in sick? So I was wondering, is it because of the water? So I decided to know more about Espring. Why I decided to go know about the Espring? Because it is NSF certified. Who is NSF? Is the Independent Testing and Certified Authority of Water Treatment. So that's the one thing. And then why Espring? Because it's unique and the technology is advanced. Like Hari said, it has carbon filter that reduce and block 140 contaminants, UV lights that reducing 99.99% of microorganism that waterborne. And also the best part is electronic monitoring system to let me know when it's time for replacement. Because with using the X-brand, I don't know when I need to change unless the agent called me, okay ma'am, your water filter is time to change. Otherwise, I don't know. Is it it's already got a lot of bacteria or something? I don't know. I have to wait for somebody to alert me. Otherwise, I'll be keep drinking the dirty water or sick water. So that impressed me. After all this string is impressed, so I bought it. Finally, I bought it, and then after bought it, I even feel impressed because it user friendly and easy to install. I do not need any special tool to fix it. It's very easy. It's user friendly. Even I can drink the tap water directly, drinking or cooking. So I can directly use it because you have the adjuster. So you just use it. Besides that, I got a lot of space in my kitchen. There's no any giant water filter in my kitchen. It's very small, cute, and also very flexible. I even can carry it and place it whenever, wherever that I wanted. So it's very user friendly and also flexible. After a year, there's a time for me to change the cartridge. So there's an indicator, as I said just now, there's an indicator over there in the Espring that's saying to me that, okay, it's time for you to change. And I don't need to wait for anybody to come and change, or I need to call somebody to, hey, come and change. No. It's very convenient for me to order online, or I just walk into Amway Center and get it and just change it in few minutes. It doesn't take me any long time to fix it. It's so convenient and so easy for me to change the cartridge. And at one point of time, I realized my kids hardly fall sick because initially they will easily get flu, fever, cough, on and off. Even after medication, they will fall sick. But after changing the water, I felt that they hardly fall sick, which I'm so happy. It's really giving me peace of mind, really peace of mind. So finally, I would say that because of the convenience of hot and cold water, I don't, it's not right for me to jeopardize my family's health, right? So it's okay. I just buy the Espring, which is clean water. At the same time, Amway is giving me promo items with that giving me hot dispenser. So I just get it during promo season. So it's very convenient for me to get the Espring water and just use the hot dispenser. And now I have both hot and clean water. So I think this is the right decision that I've made, and I have invested to my family's health. So it's really what I would say, it's a great quality product and also great value for money. It's really, really great value for money. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I am very proud to use Espring. Yeah, thank you. That's all my sharing.
Thank you, Kogi. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So I think she is really a product lover, and with that kind of a story, I think she is able to convince others to do the same, to trade in the other brand and change it to Espring, because she is really loving the product and she benefited from the product most importantly. So these are the story that we can share with somebody who have children who always fall sick. Maybe it's because of the water that making them falling sick. So it could be one of the reasons. All right. So I love to conduct physical meeting because I can see everyone, and also I want everyone to actually pay attention so that you can benefit from the session. So if you want to turn on your video, I will encourage you so I can see you, because I have no slide to share with you. And if you have anyone besides you, give a high five to your partner. Okay, give a big high five. If you don't have partner, you give yourself a big round of applause. Okay, so let me ask you, how many of you here would like to sell 1 unit of Espring this month? Let me see your hand. How many of you really wish to sell? You really want to sell Espring this month? Please tell your partner, or you message your upline or your downline, you tell your friend, wish only is no use one. Because you wish only is no use one. You need to take action. You have to do it. You have to share it. And then you have to learn. Only you can get feedback and you can get a successful installation. So let me share with you a story to begin with. There's a young gentleman. Some of you have listened this story. Never mind, just listen one more time. It's for the sake of new people. One gentleman, he always want to strike lottery. So every night before he go to sleep, he actually pray very hard to the God. He said, "Dear God, please give me kena lottery. Satu kali cukup. Just win one time lottery enough already." So every night also he pray. He prays so hard. One day the God really came down and talked to this young man and say, young man, I can give you kena lottery, but you have to buy your lottery ticket first. If you never buy lottery ticket, how do I give you win lottery? So for some of you here, you wish to sell Espring. So today I represent the God to come and tell you, if you yourself not yet convinced about Espring, if you yourself never install Espring in your family house, how can you wish to sell Espring? Maybe you are lucky enough to sell 1 unit or 2 units, but you cannot duplicate, I'm very sure. So let me share with you how lousy I am when I started doing the Amway business. As some of you know, I started building Amway as a fresh pharmacist graduate. So my initial, I have a lot of challenges in retailing Espring because my salary as a pharmacist 10 years ago was about 3,500, a full month salary. And 1 unit of Espring is also costing me 3,500. So I gave myself a lot of reason not to invest in Espring, not to promote Espring because I don't need it. And because I don't stay in my own house, I and my wife, we are renting a room in Johor Bahru. We are using somebody's house, we are renting a room. So there's no reason for me to buy a unit to install in the rented place. And then I cannot afford it. But because I want to build the Amway business, I bought my first unit. When I want to qualify 15%, I buy out 1 unit to qualify 15%. And do you know how long it took me to sell off that 1 unit? It took me 10 months to sell off to my father. So my first customer, I sold it to my father. And my second customer, I sold it to my mother-in-law. So it was a very easy sales. My mother-in-law was using Alkaline water filter. So I am a very good son-in-law. So I persuaded her. She just asked how much and then Gauting, fixed already. So how many of you here are still single? If you are single, you are very lucky because you got a lot of potential prospect parents can be your customer, right? Because I only got 1 parents and 1 mother-in-law, right? So after the 2 prospect use out already, I have to start to talk to other people to retail the Espring. But let me tell you, that was the best decision that we have made to install Espring in our own family. For my father and for Huyin mother, that was the best decision ever made. Because today, after so many years, Huyin side, her mother 5 siblings all install Espring, and her father 5 siblings also install Espring. And my side, my auntie, my sister, my brother, they use Espring and they also introduce customer to us. And I have customer, I have Russian customer, I have Korean customer, I have Philippine customer, Singaporean, of course, Malay, Chinese, Indian. I have family who use the 4th unit, 5th unit, 6th unit, and 1 family bought the 8th unit from me. So how you started is not so important, but how you persist in this business, that will make a lot of difference. So because I'm so lousy in the beginning, so I can share with you what I have done wrong and what you could avoid so that you can build a faster career. Because I think to do it fast is easier than do it slow. To do it fast actually is easier than do it slow, right? So I just want to share one tip with you. I think it's very important to convince yourself first. So before you convince anybody else, make sure you have been convinced, not by Hari, not by me, not by anybody, but by you yourself. You actually do some comparison in the market, and then you make the switch ASAP. Like Terence, he was using the 10,000 over water filter, but they made a decision to switch to Espring. And with that decision, that has made them to go platinum last year. All right. So it's so important for you yourself to understand about the business and the product. You know, I recently I have one new business partner. She joined the business last month, and then she was using this Corway water filter. So she told me that she's interested to get Espring. So the first question I asked her is, what about the contract? If the contract already finished, then she can switch immediately, no problem. Because when you cancel off the contract, you can the company will take back the Corway, and then you can start to pay for Espring already, because you want clean water. but she told me that the contract is still ongoing. She have to pay like about 1,000 if she want to cancel off the contract. But they want it so much, so they are so creative. So she shared with me that they managed to figure out a solution to not to cancel the contract, but also to buy the Espring. So she managed to actually move this contract to somebody else, transfer the contract to somebody else just by changing the address. So that person will continue to pay for her contract and she can start to pay Espring. So isn't this a wonderful idea? I never thought of that before in my Espring journey. So with this, just one tip that you can learn today, I can help you in your Amway journey already, right? And because of the decision that you make that you want to retail Espring, I think because of that decision, I went for the Hokkaido trip, I went to the Las Vegas trip, I went to the Mediterranean cruise, I went to Dubai. All this is because of Espring knowledge, very frankly, and because I know the knowledge and I actually teach and leverage, and then now my team, they are doing very good already. Some of them, they can retail, I can see here, Carmen, Terrence, even Priya herself. These are the people who are in my team that they started to promote Espring already, and some of them they managed to sell like 3 units, 4 units a month. All right. So one more thing to add, some of you who are fighting your goal this month, we all has been promoting Mr. Fu 6% leadership. So some of you who are thinking so hard, I don't know how to qualify 6%, and now only left 8 more days. But let me tell you, if you manage to sell 1 Espring in these next 8 days, you can qualify 6% already, and you can attend this Mr. Fu personal training. It's so important for you to come for this training, right? And everything is possible if you believe it. So let me share with you some of the miracles in my Amway journey. I remember many years ago, I helped one ABO. So I was still in Johor Bahru that time. So I flew to Kota Baru to help one of my ABO to build her Amway business. So on the 20th of September, her volume is just 12%, 3,000 PV only. And I was there for 4 days, 3 nights. So in that 4 days, 3 nights, I helped her to install 1 Espring. And then I left my reference guide. Espring got 1 reference guide to actually use the reference guide like the customer brochure to present the Espring. And I left my demo kit with her. Then I flew back to Johor, and in the next 7 to 8 days, she herself sold another 10 units of Espring, and she achieved her first 21%. So everything is possible if you believe it. And Amway conducted one study. The best person to sell water filter is not somebody knowledgeable like Harry, like Terrence, like myself. No, it's actually auntie who doesn't have the good knowledge, but they have the willpower to share. They really love the product, and then they can share it wholeheartedly to share the benefits of using the water filter. All right. And some of you are fighting your 21% volume. You still think that you are very far. Let me tell you, if you believe it, if you continue to take action, you can create miracles. So I remember 2 to 3 years ago, one of my business partner, Leslie called. So he organized a house meeting because he was cooking noksa. So he invited a few of his auntie, a few of his cousin to came for the noksa demo. So after the noksa demo, then we show Espring, we show atmosphere. So he was very new in the Amway business. He was just 4 months old in the Amway business. So he invited me to help him to conduct the whole session. And in that 2 hours, we closed a 21% volume in that 2 hours. So he hit his 21% in just 2 hours. And he did it not just one time. He did it the second month, same. Also a house meeting, invited a few people came over, and then he also hit 18% with that 2 hours. And myself, I have an appointment with one of my doctor friend to actually present atmosphere sky. So I remember it was an appointment to meet at Starbucks. So some of you maybe you think to meet in Starbucks is very inconvenient for you to carry the sky to go and show. so I took the trouble. I went to the Starbucks to make sure there's a plug point. I brought down the sky to show. And because I have the knowledge in Espring, and also I have the knowledge in Nutrilite, so after the sky presentation, I managed to close Espring and Nutrilite. So in that 2 hours, my doctor friend, the one person, she bought 12% volume in that 2 hours. So for some of you who are fighting your goal, keep it on. You can achieve it if you believe it. You have to do something about it. You have to continue to take action. And miracles can happen because the God is watching you. The God will say, you work so hard, they will give you. I remember last time when we are fighting for our platinum, we were very hungry for sales. So there's this auntie who lived in our condo. We invited her to come and see Noxa demo. So after Noxa demo, she didn't buy because she said she got no money to buy. And then 2 months later, suddenly she come back to us. She said she want to buy Espring. We didn't show Espring to her. Somebody else showed Espring to her husband, and she decided to buy from us. So this is a sales that the God gave it to me, and I need that sales so desperately that time because I was fighting for my platinum. So if you work hard enough, you will get what you want. Okay? So I just want to invite Harry also to share maybe just 1 or 2 effective retailing experience with us so that all of us here have the hope to continue to fight for our volume this month. Yeah, Harry, over to you.
Actually, I agree with what Ming Tian said. When you fight really hard for it, right, miracles do happen. I remember when we were fighting for our 21 or so, we went to the MWay HQ. We just like lost, don't know where to get the PV. We were just standing there. The MWay staff came to me and he said, "Can you help me? There's a foreigner who wants to buy Espring. Can you help to buy for him?" Help to buy Espring. He said, "No, I'm not helping you. You are the one who's helping me." I said, "Obviously can." Immediately went, put in the order, and then went and fix it for him. This happened when we were fighting for our 21%. I agree with what Ming Tian said. Just believe in whatever you guys have set the goal. Never back down from the goal. What if you set, just go ahead for it. And the second thing is work as a team. My team, when I remember there was one particular month, because one person was excited about Espring, that excitement spread around in the group and everybody started purchasing Espring. In that same month, I think that one group alone, I think was 6 or 7 units of Espring were sold. So I think anything can happen if you believe in it and if you really want it. And on the product itself, I tell you, Espring is the best. I really apologize again that I couldn't deliver completely as what I wanted to, but I'm telling you, there is nothing that comes close to Espring. Go and find out more. Just the chart that I sent to you, do your homework, get as much information as you want about the water treatment system, the technologies, because people, when they ask you different brands, it doesn't matter. What you need to know is the technologies. If you understand the water treatment technologies, any brand comes to you, you can always definitely can close the case, right? So I think other than that, there's no other selling tips from me, but I think it was fantastic. Everybody here were fantastic. Terence, thank you so much, man. You're really an inspiration. And of course, Ming Tian has always been an inspiration to us. So thank you, thank you. Over to Ming Tian again.
So if you have decided to buy Espring, then this month will be the best month to buy because you have the promotion. You get additional free gift promotion worth 350 over ringgit. And if you understand about Amway, every month is same price. You buy last month in August, 3,400, no extra gift. You buy this month before the 15th, is also 3,400, no extra gift. You buy next month after the 10th of October, is also 3,400, no extra gift. But if you buy it within this promotion period, you have 1 extra additional gift. Even if you don't use it, this can be your leverage to sell Espring in future month. Because you are not selling Espring just this half a month only, right? Not just these 20 days. You are going to sell Espring if you are building Amway for your lifetime. You are promoting Amway Espring for your lifetime. And I really urge everybody to take out Espring seriously because it will help you to create miracles in your Amway business. So with that, I wish everybody all the best and let's go and sell Espring, okay? Okay, thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ming Tian. Thank you, Terence. Thank you, Kogi. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Min Tian. Thank you, Terence. Bye. Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Min Tian.